Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website AffairsCloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic national affairs for the July month. The session will be quite interesting and important for competitive exam. So stay tuned with us till the end. The first question is, which ministry has recently launched Safai Apnao Bimari Bhagao, that is SAB initiative for clean and healthy cities through Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0. So Safai Apnao Bimari Bhagao. This is your SAB initiative, correct? And which is that ministry that has launched this? It has been launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, right? The campaign period here will be from 1st of July till 31st of August. Right, and this SAB initiative, it calls for urban local bodies to adopt various initiatives and campaigns for Swachhta, right, that is for cleanliness. Next, which of the following ministry is not a part of the Unified Legal and Policy Framework for One Health initiative? Which is it? Which of the following? It is Ministry of Ayush, right? It is not a part of the Unified Legal and Policy Framework for One Health initiative. The Center for the One Health, National Center for Disease Control and Directorate General of Health Service, they have organized a 2-day long national consultation on legal environment for One Health initiative that was held from 27th and 28th of June in New Delhi. This One Health, this is a multi-sector scheme that is an initiative, and it has been coordinating various activities that will be required for the success of this One Health under the this activities at the success at their ground level, so that can be implemented. So Ministry of Ayush is not a part of it. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Niti Aayog, Ministry of Law and Justice and Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, they are a part of it. Next, according to the new telecommunication mobile number portability, that is the 9th amendment for 2024 by Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, how long is the waiting period that is required after a swim swap or a replacement for a mobile number to become eligible for porting again, right? If there is a swim swap or there is a replacement of a SIM, that means you lost a SIM or it hasn't been broken and you want a new SIM, in that case, right, the minimum waiting period for this is 7 days. After 7 days only you can opt for another replacement or you can opt for a SIM swap. Correct? Why 7 days? Because there is a UPC, that is a unique porting code that is provided on the request for the mobile number portability, and once this UPC takes 7 days to expire, and once it has been expired, then only you can opt for this another SIM. Next, which ministry has constituted a 26-member advisory committee on national account statistics chaired by Bishwanath Goldar to revise the base year for GDP data? So which ministry constituted this 26-member advisory committee in order to basically revise the base year that has been used for calculating the GDP data of our country? So it is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, right? It has constituted a 26-member advisory committee on national account statistics to revise the base year for GDP data. This new committee will be headed by Bishwanath Goldar. He is the former professor of the Institute of Economic Growth and he will be the chairman here. This 26-member committee has been formed for a 5-year tenure. Next, the Hemis festival is annually celebrated where it is celebrated in Ladakh. And this is on the 10th day of the She Chu to mark the birth anniversary of Guru Padma Swambhava, the founder of Tibetan Buddhism. Correct? So this Hemis festival is celebrated where? In Ladakh, and this time it was on 16th and 17th of June that this was celebrated. Next, which of the following are correct with respect to the 3 initiatives recently launched by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare? If we look at them, option B and C is right, A is wrong. A is saying that virtual national quality assurance standards assessment for the community welfare center has been launched. Is it correct? So no, remember, virtual national quality assurance standard assessment for it has been launched not for community wellness center, but it has been launched for Ayushman Arogya Mandirs. Right, take a note of this. Then a dashboard assisting national, state and district health institutions in monitoring compliance with Indian public health standards has been launched, and a spot food license and registration initiative for the food vendors so that their license process can become easy and streamlined has been launched. Next, which state government has recently notified new acts to provide social security and wellness measures to motor transport and allied workers? So it is the state of Karnataka, right? Karnataka state government has notified these new acts to provide social security and welfare measures to motor transport and allied workers, right? This act will establish a dedicated social security fund, and it will be financed on the motor transport business from various grants and various contributions from various other beneficiaries. Next, which of the following has recently launched a 3-month campaign named Sampurnata Abhiyan to achieve 100% saturation of 12 key social sectors indicators across all 500 aspirational blocks and 112 aspirational districts in India? So it is Niti Aayog, right? Niti Aayog has launched this 3-month-long campaign that has been named as Sampurnata Abhiyan, and it is to achieve 100% saturation of 12 key social factors. Correct? Apart from this, remember, this campaign period was from 4th of July till 30th of September, and under this Sampurna Abhiyan, it has been launched across 112 aspirational districts and 500 aspirational blocks across India, right? So that these aspirational blocks and aspirational districts can be modified and development can be brought to these areas in these 12 key social factors. Next, which state government has recently presented a budget of 3.65 lakh crore rupees for FY25? It is the state of Madhya Pradesh, right? And Jagdish Devda, he is the Deputy Chief Minister and Finance Minister of Madhya Pradesh. He presented this budget worth 3.65 lakh crore rupees for FY25. And this budget is 16% higher as compared to last year FY24's budget. The theme of this budget was Viksit Madhya Pradesh, Viksit Bharat. Next, name the credit education program that was launched by Women Entrepreneurship Platform in partnership with TransUnion Civil Limited to empower women entrepreneurs in India. It is Sheher, right? So WEP, that is Women Entrepreneurship Program, and TransUnion Civil, they have launched to partner, or they have partnered together to launch Sheher initiative. This Sheher initiative, this is a credit education program that is aimed at empowering the women entrepreneurs in the financial literacy, helping them with business skills, right? Helping them with finance tools and so on, so that they can grow their business. This program will support India's $5 trillion economic goal by empowering the women and make their business profitable. Next, in July, Union Minister of State Dr. Jitendra Singh in the Ministry of Science and Technology has launched Indo-French Liver and Metabolic Disease Network at Dash. So where was this launched? This was launched at Institute of Liver and Biliary Science in New Delhi. This initiative is addressing the rising cases of the fatty liver disease in India and aims to prevent and cure these liver disorders. Next, in July, the Government of India mandated the Indian Standard Institution mark, that is your ISI mark, for the stainless steel and aluminium kitchen utensils to conform to the national quality standards that are set by Dash. So this ISI mark will be on all of these stainless steel and aluminum kitchen utensils, and it will be mandatory for those utensils to have this mark in order to be sold in the market. Correct. So these rules, this ISI mark standard has been set by whom? It has been set by Bureau of Indian Standard. Next, Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has released a dash rupees commemorative coin in memory of freedom fighter Jawaharlal Amol Chand Darda on his 101st birth anniversary. So, a 100 rupees commemorative coin was launched here. This coin was released on the 101st birth anniversary of Jawaharlal Darda ji, that was on 2nd of July. And this circular coin is made up of 4 alloys that weighs 35 grams and it is 44 millimeter in diameter. Next, in July, Dash and the Cyber Peace Foundation launched the Digital Shakti 5.0 campaign to digitally empower and upskill women and girls in cyberspace. So, it is National Commission for Women, NCW, and Cyber Peace Foundation. They have launched this Digital Shakti 5.0 campaign to digitally empower and upskill the women and girls in cyberspace. This Digital Shakti 5.0, correct, this is the 5th phase of the initiative, and that is aiming to extend the reach to almost 10 lakh women. Next, which ministry has recently designated as the nodal ministry for the Hajj Committee of India, that is a statutory body that organizes the Hajj pilgrimage for Indian pilgrims? It is Ministry of Home Affairs. Right, it is led by Union Minister Kiran Rijiju, and it has been designated the nodal ministry for the Hajj Committee of India, that is the statutory body that organizes the Hajj pilgrimage for Indian pilgrims. Previously, it is Ministry of External Affairs that was managing this Hajj pilgrimage. Next, which ministry has recently launched Project Pari, that is Public Art of India, to create various wall paintings, murals, sculptures and installations in public places in Delhi? It is Ministry of Culture. They have recently launched this Project Pari to create various wall paintings and murals in the public places of Delhi. And it is for the first time that India is set to host the UNESCO World Heritage Committee. For this reason only, this Project Pari was launched. Correct? And this 46th session of the World Heritage Committee is scheduled from 21st of July to 31st of July. Location Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. Next, the Union Cabinet of India approved the signing of the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement or High Seas Treaty under Dash. So, Union Cabinet of India, they have approved the signing of this High Seas Treaty under United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Sea. This aim of this treaty is basically to conserve the marine ecosystem. Conserve the marine ecosystem. Next, which ministry or organization has approved the proposal to display nutritional information regarding total sugar, salt and saturated fat in bold letters as well as large fonts on the labels of the packaged foods? Which is that organization or ministry? It is FSSAI, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. They have made it mandatory to label the sugar, salt and saturated fat content in both bold and large font sizes on the packaged foods. Next, which company has recently, in partnership with Karnataka government, launched the Digital Nagarik and Augmented Reality Virtual Reality skills to address cyber security awareness among people? So AR VR skills will be promoted. Correct? So which company has partnered with the government of Karnataka? It is Meta, that was earlier known as Facebook. So they together partnered so that the digital AR and VR skills can be promoted among the people of Karnataka, and also to address the various cyber security awareness. Correct, that how can they be secure using these skills. Apart from this, 1 lakh teachers will be trained here. Correct, as well as 10 lakh students will be trained across this digital safety in VR and AR by 2025. Next, according to recently released SBI's ERD, that is Economic Research Department report, India generated how many jobs between FY14 to FY23? So between this time period, India generated 125 million jobs. This data was released by SBI's ERD Economic Research department. Next, which state has recently become the first state in India to publish first volume of the People's Biodiversity Register across all local bodies? It is the state of Kerala, right? They became the first state in India to publish the first volume of the People's Biodiversity Register across all the local bodies. Next, the Dash Finance Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan presented the budget for 24-25. So, who is the Finance Minister and Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan? Diya Kumari, right, is the Finance Minister and Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan that presented the budget for FY25. Next, which ministry has recently collaborated with Institute of Chartered Accountants of India to develop AI audit tool for monitoring corporate India and detecting fraud? It is Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology. They have recently collaborated with ICAI to develop AI audit tool that will be helping for monitoring the corporate India and detecting the frauds that are going on. Also, ICAI has allocated 25 crore rupees for the development of this AI tool, and it is expected that this 25 crore rupees will be converted into 100 crore rupees soon. Next, the Ministry of Home Affairs declared Dash as Samvidhan Hatya Divas, that is your Constitution Murder Day, to commemorate 1975 emergency in India. So, it is 25th of June that has been declared as the Samvidhan Hatya Divas or Constitution Murder Day, because we know Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister in 1975, imposed emergency in India. And this year, 2025, it is the 50th anniversary of this emergency that was implemented in 1975. Next, Nitin Gadkari, the Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, inaugurated a 6-lane access-controlled 7-kilometer road project from Dash to Dhargal in Goa. So, it is from Manohar International Airport, that is Mopa International Airport in Goa, to Dhargal. And this is a 6-lane access-controlled 7-kilometer road project. Next, which ministry has recently capped the interest equalization at 1.66 crore rupees per importer-exporter code for the period from 1st of July to 31st of August. So, which is that ministry? It is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, which ministry or organization has recently launched Gear Shift Challenge to boost zero-emission truck adoption in India? It is Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog has launched this Gear Shift Challenge to boost zero-emission truck adoption in India. This, right, we know, because in the logistics sector, when trucks go from A location to B, this is your logistic, and in this process we know these trucks, they are using diesel or petrol that creates pollution. So to eliminate that, now we will be shifting them to electric vehicles, or we will be shifting them to electric or your green hydrogen or green methanol, correct, and that will in turn reduce the pollution. Next is, which of the following has recently notified the GSTR, that is Goods and Service Tax Return 1A form, allowing taxpayers to amend their outward supply or sales return form? It is CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. Right? Next is, which organization has recently launched One Scientist, One Product to enhance the research in agriculture and animal husbandry? That is ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. ICR, they have launched a target-oriented research plan that is named One Scientist, One Product, that is aimed at enhancing the research in the agriculture and animal husbandry. Each scientist will be allocated a product on which they will be researching. This plan will run for the next 5 years, and each scientist will focus on a unique product. Next, which premier national laboratory celebrated 73rd Foundation Day on 16th of July in New Delhi? It is CSIR's arm, that is Central Road Research Institute. I repeat, CSIR's arm, Central Road Research Institute. They have celebrated the 73rd Foundation Day on 16th of July. Correct? Next, June 2024, GST Council informed that a uniform rate of Dash integrated goods and service tax will be implemented for imports of all parts, components, testing equipments, tools and toolkits of aircraft products. So, a uniform rate of 5% integrated GST will be implemented on the import of these parts, components, testing equipments, tools and toolkits of the aircraft. Right? Next, Dr. Jitendra Singh, our Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, recently inaugurated Asia's first health research related preclinical network facility under the coalition of epidemic preparedness innovation. Where? So it was inaugurated where? It was inaugurated in Translational Health Science and Technology Institute, that is located where? That is located in Faridabad, Haryana. So option 2 is right. Next, which state secured the first rank in the best performance large states loan performance category for praise awards under the Prime Minister Swanidhi Yojana, that is PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi, that is PM Swanidhi Yojana. It is Madhya Pradesh state that secured the first rank in the best performing large states loan performance category. Next, the status of which organization has been recently upgraded from Schedule B to Schedule A CPSE? Which is it? Which has been upgraded from Schedule B to Schedule A? It is IRCTC, that is Indian Railways Catering and Tourism Corporation. Their status has been upgraded from Schedule B to Schedule A CPSE. Next, the Steering Committee on Greenfield Airports of the Union Government approved the site clearance for the development of Greenfield Airport in Parandur, that is in Tamil Nadu. Right, and according to the plan, the Greenfield Airport will be constructed in 4 phases, and for this, estimate cost will be 32,704 crore rupees. This airport will be consisting of 3 terminal buildings, and it will have a capacity to cater more than 100 million passengers annually. Next, which ministry has recently released a commemorative stamp in honor of the Indian playback singer Mukesh Chand Mathur on 100th birth anniversary on 22nd of July? So it is Ministry of Culture. Right, they have released a commemorative stamp in honor of the Indian playback singer Mukesh Chand Mathur on his 100th birth anniversary on 22nd of July. He was also honored with the National Film Award for Best Male Playback Singer for the film Rajnigandha in 1974. Next, the Union Ministry of Information and Broadcasting inaugurated India's 500th community radio station, that is Apna Radio 90 FM, at Indian Institute of Mass Communication, that is located in Aizawl, Mizoram. Next, in July, Indian President Draupadi Murmu ma'am renamed the Darbar Hall at Rashtrapati Bhavan as Ganatantra Mandap. I repeat, it has been known as renamed from Darbar Hall to Ganatantra Mandap. Right? Next is, at which port has Union Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways approved the development of India's first integrated agri-export facility? It will be at Jawaharlal Nehru Port, that is located in Maharashtra. Here, India's first integrated agri-export facility will be established. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Next, what was the remittance value received by India in 2023 according to the World Bank's Migration and Development Brief released in June 2024? So, in 2023, India received a remittance of $120 billion. India stood at first position in this data, correct? And the remittance to India are forecasted to grow by almost 3.7% to $124 billion in 2024. And it is expected to grow further by 4% to $129 billion by 2025. Next, the report titled Payroll Reporting in India, an Employment Perspective from January to April 2024. It was released by which organization that highlights a decline in the gross new subscribers addition to the EPFO for FY25 by over 4% to 10.9 million as compared to FY23. So, Payroll Reporting in India, an Employment Perspective, January to April 2024. This report was released by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and it stated that the EPFO addition has been reduced by almost 4%. Next, according to the IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, they have released an Artificial Intelligence Preparedness Index dashboard, and India has secured which rank among 174 countries in this AIPI, that is Artificial Intelligence Preparedness Index. So our India, it stands at 72nd rank. It was topped by which index? It is Singapore, that has secured the first position in the Artificial Intelligence Preparedness Index. On second position, it is Denmark. USA on third position. Next. Next is according to the Mercer's 2024 cost of living city ranking report, which city was identified as the most expensive city in India? I repeat, according to the Mercer's 2024 cost of living city ranking, which city was identified as the most expensive in India? It is Mumbai that has been identified as the most expensive city to live in India. Correct. Globally, if we are talking about, Hong Kong secured the first position. Then Hong Kong is in China. Then Singapore secured the second position here, and third position was of Zurich. Next, see one more thing. Mumbai secured first position, the most expensive in India. But if we are talking about globally, it was at 136th position. Next, according to RBI's measuring productivity at the industry level India KLEMS database, India's employment rate provisionally grew at 6% in FY24 from a growth of 3.2% in FY23. Next, which country topped the list of the most affordable countries for expatriates or immigrants as per the Expect Insiders 2024 survey for personal finance index category conducted by Internations? So it is Vietnam. It is considered one of the most affordable countries when any individual wants to shift out of his own country and move to a different country. India was on the 6th spot here. Next, which organization has recently announced the new World Soil Health Index to establish global standards for soil quality assessment? It is UNESCO. Right? UNESCO has announced new World Soil Health Index to establish global standards for the soil quality assessment. Next, which states were ranked top in the Niti Aayog Sustainable Development Goals India Index 23-24? So it is Kerala and Uttarakhand that has secured the top position, that is the first position in the Niti Aayog's 4th edition of Sustainable Development Goals India Index and Dashboard. Correct. Kerala retained the top position for the 4th consecutive time. Correct. And this time Kerala has shared its spot with Uttarakhand. Next is which organization recently released a report, that is World Population Prospectus 2024, stating that India's population is expected to peak at about 1.701 billion in 2062. So which organization released this report? It was released by United Nations. It was released by which organization? United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Then, as we know, India is the current most populated country in the world. Second is China, followed by USA at third position. Next, according to recently released WHO and UNICEF estimates of national immunization coverage report, India's national immunization program missed how much dash children for DPT and measles shots in 2023. So India's national immunization program missed almost 1.6 million children for diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus injection shots and measles shots in 2023. So these many children have missed their shots. Next, and with this, remember, India became the second country or the second highest number of children who have received the vaccine. Correct? Or who have not received the vaccine. Correct? I repeat again, India became the second highest country in the world where the second highest number of children are there who have not received the vaccines here. On the first position, it is Nigeria. Next, which organization released the 2024 Digital Economy Report in July, stating that India's 163% increase in electronic waste generation from 2010 to 2022? It is UNCTAD, that is United Nations Trade and Development. Right, they have released this 2024 Digital Economy Report that stated that India's 163% increase in e-waste generation from 2010 to 2022. Next, who has recently launched the E-Mobility Research and Development Roadmap for India report in New Delhi? So, who recently launched this mobility research and development roadmap for India. It was released by Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. This roadmap document, it basically outlines the critical research initiatives that are positioning India as a global leader in the electric mobility that aligns with the India's goal of energy independence by 2047. Why 2047? Because India will achieve 100 years of independence, and also to achieve their goal of becoming net zero emission by 2070. Next, Global Education Monitoring Report compiled by Dash highlights how climate change is disrupting education outcomes and increasing learning losses. So, Global Education Monitoring Report compiled by the UNESCO, it highlights that the climate change is disrupting the education outcomes and it increasing the learning loss. Next is name the organization that recently published a report titled Electronics Powering India's Participation in Global Value Chain. This is the name of the report. It states that the India's electronic goods exports are approximately $25 billion annually. So this is the report released by which organization? It is released by Niti Aayog. Next, which Indian state has recently become the world's first state to launch a gross environmental product index to assess the overall development of the ecosystem? So it is Uttarakhand state that became the world's first state to launch GEP index, that is gross environmental product index, that is to assess the overall development of the ecosystem. Next, which is not among the India's top 5 most inclusive brands featured in the Brands Inclusion Index 2024 released by Kantar. So among the following, if we see Nike, this is not the India's top 5 most inclusive brands that have been featured here. If we talk about them, Google, Tata Motors, Amazon, Zio and Apple. These are the top 5 most inclusive brands in India. Next, what is India's ranking in the Henley Passport Index as of July 2024? So what is India's ranking in the Henley Passport Index as of July 2024? It stands at 82nd position. And India has been sharing this position with Senegal and Tajikistan. Next, according to recently released United Nations report, that is State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World 2024, around how many people faced hunger in 2023? So around almost 733 million people faced hunger in 2023 as per the data released by SOFI, and this report has been released by United Nations. Next, which organization has released the list of the world's greatest places for 2024, featuring a museum of solutions in Mumbai and Manan chocolate factory in Hyderabad and Nar in Himachal Pradesh? So it is Time organization that has released the list of the world's greatest places for 2024, and these are the 3 things from India that has been featured here. Next, which organization has released World Traffic Profiles 2024 that highlights that India ranked as the second largest user of non-tariff measures among their members in 2023? It is it is World Trade Organization, WTO, right? This is the organization that has released World Tariff Profiles 2024, highlighting that India has ranked as the second largest user of non-tariff measures among their members in 2020. Which company has recently signed a contract with the Royal Armed Forces of the Kingdom of Morocco to locally manufacture 150 wheeled armored platform combat vehicles for Moroccan Defense Forces? And this is one of the biggest contract. The delivery here will be in the next 3 years, and it is Tata Advanced Systems Limited. I repeat, Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they have signed the contract with Royal Armed Forces of the Kingdom of Morocco to locally manufacture this 150 wheeled armored platform combat vehicles. Right? These wheel armored platform combat vehicles, they have been designed by and developed by DRDO in collaboration with Tata Motors. Next, what is the name of the temporary mini moon which will revolve around Earth from 29th of September till 25th of November. So the name of the temporary moon is 2024 PT5. This is also known as mini moon, right? This will revolve in a horseshoe shape and it will be revolving 55 days. Next, which state recently signed an MOU with Karnataka to address wildlife and forest management challenges? It is Andhra Pradesh state. They have signed this MOU with Karnataka state in order to address the wildlife and forest management challenges. Both of these states, they will establish a joint task force where they will be working on wildlife conservation, protection that will also prevent the illegal activities such as your poaching and forest degradation. Next, who has been recently reappointed as the non-executive chairman of Utkarsh Small Finance Bank? So, Praveen Kumar Gupta has been reappointed as the non-executive chairman of Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. Direct question. Next, which ministry has recently organized the 8th edition of the India Water Week from 17th to 20th of September in New Delhi? So, it is Ministry of Jal Shakti that has organized the 8th edition of India Water Week. Where was this organized? Location? Bharat Mandapam, that is in New Delhi. And there is a theme for this that you can remember: partnership and cooperation for inclusive water development and